Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Serendipity Art. This is Angela, and I am here today to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. Also, those who keep coming back, I really appreciate you coming back to and leaving such awesome comments. I've been trying to answer all my comments. Since April, I changed the name of my channel and I have a new content and I'm trying to do more tutorials. And that's the reason we're here. So if you find this inspiring and you watch the whole thing, I appreciate it that you subscribe, hit the bell button so you can get notifications. And also if you rate my videos, thumbs up or thumbs down, because not everybody will, some people may watch it, don't like it. That's fine with me, but please rate my video either way because it helped my channel. So we're here because I am filming the Technique Thursday today, and it's a very interesting one. And this is a technique that I learned from one of a YouTube follower. Her name is Laura Bassan, and I follow her, and I will have the link below to the video that I learned this technique. This is not my technique. It's something that I learned watching her videos, and I wanted to share it with you because sometimes we find things and not everybody watches or follow that person. If you do, maybe you've seen it. And she has amazing content. What I want to do today is we're going to do a technique using masking without a stencil. So we're going to try to use, you're going to need dyes, you're going to need ink, you're going to need a blender, and you're going to need a pencil, 110 cardstock, and I use Nina Solar White Smooth because I feel like it's better for my my technique. So with no further ado, I'm going to show you what are we going to be working with, and I hope you enjoy this and that you learn and practice. Let me tell you something. Don't get discouraged because it took me trial and error with this because it can be frustrating sometimes. So here is what I use. The Nina Ultra Smooth Solar White. I use 110 pound to make my template. You can use any circle die that you have, but the one I'm using is the nesting die circles. Any nesting die circles that you have, sorry, I can't speak today, that you have, you can use. This one is one of my favorite because I have all sizes, and these are the sizes that I picked. And I'm going to show you a trick because it took me a little while, trust me, practicing this. So don't get frustrated. And I'm using 5 different colors. You can use any inks that you want as long as you pick the color, or you can pick 3 colors and intensify it, let it dry, and go another time to make it deeper. So what I did is I picked the size, this size. There was another die between these 2 dies. I took it away. The same thing with the second one. There was one between these 2. I took it away. There was another one between these 2. I took it away. And then the same here. So I get some room to get this done because sometimes, like I say, it's trial and error. I am going to show you the first one that I made. And this is what we're going to be doing. So this is what I made. This is what you, and you're going to need a a pencil, also a ruler. You're going to need your two of the blending, some masking tape. I have my chamois here in case I need to clean my hands, and your die cutting machine. And this is what I did. I used mine in this card. And this is what I'm going to show you how I obtained this masking result for this card. This card is for a masculine person, a family member birthday, and I wanted to make something special. If you will think, I will show you what I used with this. I used to make my card the little big chat from Tim Holtz. The paper collection I used was the golden rod, and I used this paper and this two papers. They're next to each other. And I used a cottage die, the truck that I bought that I show you in another video. Okay, so let's just start. With no further ado, we are going to start. Okay. I use my masking tape to put this. You can work in a glass surface. I'm not working in a glass surface here because this make my camera go crazy. So the first thing you're going to decide, you're going to use your dies, and you're going to take an 8x11 or a piece of scrap that fit through your machine, and you're going to cut this template. What I do is I put number, what is the bigger one, the second one, the third one, the fourth, and the fifth, in case I forget, so I don't get forgetful. And this you can use multiple times if you desire. I am going to put the piece of paper. In this case, I cut this and put it on my card. So it doesn't matter where in the paper I do this. But if you want to use it as a background in your card, you have to be extremely careful that when you're making your circles, you don't stain with your fingers or your hands, or when you're applying the ink. Okay, what you do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my back mask, and I'm going to decide where I want my circle. So I'm going to put it here, and you're going to take the biggest one, and that's what I'm going to use, using a light. Don't put too much pressure, just a light, and you're going to make that circle. Perfect. Okay, since I am not very good at math, when you cut your template, you're going to get this circle. What I did is I took one and I folded in half to find the half of my circle, because this is very crucial for you to get the effect. And I make a little line, and then I take, my T ruler, and very faint, I was just going to do a line. And that's the line that is going to help me. Okay. Now you're going to take your template. Now you're going to take your masking tape. And this is from Post-it. This is the 1 inch. I have this for years, and it lasts a lot. So I work from the bottom side. It's easier for me. So I am going to cover that half with masking tape. If you can see, I'm using one that I already used because this masking tape lasts. Then I'm going to pick my inks. I already have them here in order. I am using Distress Oxide from Ranger, and I'm using Sponge Sugar. I'm using Worn Lipstick as my second color. I'm using Pick Struck Raspberry, Candy Apple, and Barn Door. Those are the colors that I'm using. I am going to use one sponge for all the colors because I am going to be using going in an ombre effect. So I start from the lightest to the darkest so it's not going to contaminate. If you have your blending brushes, you can use your blending brushes, but I'm going to use this because I want to try. I have a template already. And the first one, you're going to make sure you align this with the circle. Make sure it's well aligned. It's very important. Then I take let me see here. Let me just make sure that it's well aligned. You take a piece of masking tape, or you can use blue tape, the purple tape, any tape you want. And you can use 2 pieces if you want to make sure that that circle is secured. I am going to take my blending tool. I already put a little sponge. So I'm going to move my colors back because you already saw the colors. And like I say, if you have 3 colors, you can use 3 colors. Just go one first time, let it dry, and intensify. If you watch the video of the lady that I saw, you will see she used Alta New inks. And I'm using my Distress Oxide ink. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have enough in my brush, in my blender. I am going to hold this to make sure that it is secure, and I am going to go ahead and start blending. I'm going to move it this way so you can see. I wanted a little, this is very light color, so I got that done. Okay, so my sugar sponge, not needed anymore. My second color will be Worn Lipstick. If you use the Alta New has their colors and comes in a package of 4 or 5, and you can use those. So it's much easier for you to kind of find the colors. Okay, here is the trick. You have to make sure that you align the circle with the bottom and the side here. There. So I have that. I will take my tape, but I forgot to take it out. I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to take this other one and put it here. And then I will hold it here. I'm going to go ahead and take again the second color. And I am going to blend it. You don't have to put a lot of pressure. Just this paper takes, you see how I went out a little bit there? I wasn't careful. So you have to be careful if you want to use yours in the card. So there is, I have number 2, Worn Lipstick. Now we're going to move, take my tapes. Was a little bit, I can remove that with the sanding. I have Okay, so now we're going to, you see where we going? We're going to use number 3. Again, you're going to align. You can let the ink dry a little bit. I don't have that much time here. You're going to align this, making sure that that circle is aligned where you want it. I'm going to put this here and the other one here to protect. And I'm going to use my Pick Raspberry. Again, I just make sure, hold the template, and there it is. I did my 3rd color. Carefully, we're going to remove this. And like I say, I am going to clean my hands because sometimes you can get some of this ink. And I am going to remove my tape because I'm going to use number 4. Number 4 is there. And I am going to use this tape here because I want to protect this area when I go. And I'm going to use my candy apple color. And I am going to hold the template, simple as this. Okay. Put it away. Then I have my last color that it will be brick. And you don't contaminate it here. And I remove. And here you can start seeing something in there. A little bit of. And then last but not least is this little tiny one. And that one, we want to put the tape here because you don't want to, oops, and make sure you press down. Here, there's not much you have to do. And there you go. I have a little bit of the sponge. These are old sponges, and it seems like a little bit just went there, but I guess you can barely see it. But it looks like that now. But then what we're going to do is remove this masking tape. And look. Isn't that wonderful? It's like magic. Okay. Since I like to work from the bottom and I want to let this dry a little bit, I'm trying to take this tape off. I am just going to turn my paper like this and give a little bit of time to it because we have to cover that on the top. And okay, so that's why I tell you not to put a lot of this. So we're going to put this one. Oh, not this one. Hello. We're going to put this one on the top. And that's why the masking tape, I use this masking tape because I know it's not going to damage and cover the other half. Now we're going to work the opposite way. So I'm going to use my second stencil. You can use this one again with the blue. You can use the second stencil, but this time I'm going to use this one. Here, and maybe you want to make sure that you use another piece of tape. I'm going to use this one. This one is dry to hold it there. Okay, the second colors that we're going to use, we'll move these ones out of the way. It's the blue colors. And you can use any combination you want, you preferred. We are going to start with tumble glass. I always put underneath the broken china. It's my second color. Peacock feathers. Salty ocean. And mermaid lagoon. Like I said, you can do this with any kind of ink as long as you pick your colors or use the same color and use it multiple times. Okay, now I am going to put a new little, where's my dabber? Make sure when you take that other one that you put it in a place where there's not. Okay. I'm going to clean my fingers because like you see, Distress ink, oxide ink, it takes a little longer to dry. I put a new one and I'm going to start with, I'm going to move these back so I have room. I'm going to start with my tumble glass. Make sure that I get here enough on my, and we are going to put that color in the bottom. Okay, so I got tumble glass. It's done. And like I say, I use the same one because I'm going from lighter to darker. Okay, I'm going to remove my template. I don't know, there's a little. Okay, I got it. Okay, so then I'm going to use my second one, and I'm going to use now my blue one. So this time, I am going to turn it this way because I want to go the opposite way. So I am going to make sure that I align this again. I'm going to put a little piece of tape. Hold it here. And this is circle number 2 where we're going to use broken china. And the trick on this is the placement. I'm not doing a lot of pressure. I'm holding the template in place. And there you go. That's the second color. I used the refresher from Tim Holtz to refresh mine. and it works great. I have these since the first time. There's the second color, the second. We're going to go to number 3. That will be this one. And we want to make sure. Did I use the right one? Yes. Then we're going to use this one. I hope I'm doing this fine. If not, at least you have the concept. Like I say, I have to practice. I did a lot of errors until I still learning. And like I say, you can go and watch her video too. And I took my other color and put it here. And that was the peacock feathers. Then I'm going to go to number 4. That is this one. Put it there. I'm going to take my salty ocean. This one, I don't put tape on it because it's I have enough to hold it down. So I put my salty ocean. And then, last but not least, Mermaid Lagoon. And for that, we're going to use this tiny little one. And you're going to make sure, let me make sure I get. And I remove that. And like you see, I got a boo-boo there because I didn't cover it. But since I'm going to cut my circle, I don't mind. But if you're going to use this as the background, then you are going to. So now we're going to remove the tape. And this is what you get. What I did was, this is another way to do it where you have all the circles you can use. If you look on my card, what I did was I used my die. This die, I cut the circle. And then I cut the circle in half and I turn it around. So I have separate one circle in one way and one circle the other way. And then you cover the middle. If you have, after it's very, very dry, you are going to erase those pencil lines with eraser, of course. That you have. I have one of those soft erasers that I don't know if I have one here. I wouldn't do it. I have this one. And like, I think this is dry now, and that you go and it won't. And if you have a sand eraser, you could get this off if you wanted. I don't have a sand eraser, but if you have a sand eraser, and you can go and just get all those pencil marks. So this is how you can make this masking technique. Like I say, it's not perfect. You can do this 20,000 times and you're not going to get the same results. You either going to get sometimes the circles not even or that. And that's why, like I say, I cut it with my die. And then I cut it in half. And I flip it. This one in the top and the other one in the bottom. And that's the way I got this. Then to cover that middle, I use this, a sentiment or something, and you can make a simple card like this. I wanted to make one. I didn't have time. I'm trying to do my videos because I am having a little bit of a hectic week, but I want to, excuse me, I'll show you what I promised. So this is how you can make your own stencil with 5 dies and any ink. And like I said, I am gonna put Laura Bassan video where she makes triangles also. She makes peaks. I still practice those. I'm still practicing, but I am unable. I don't feel as perfect. But if you watch her video and you want to practice, I wanted to brought this because I thought it was such an awesome and stunning technique. And now with all these geometric things coming and all this starry the starry skies that we're doing and all that, I thought this was awesome. I think that this card is very pretty. I am very satisfied with it. Like I say, you're going to have a lot of frustration, like I say, and don't throw away your templates because if you use the same colors, you can use it back and forward. Just make sure that it's dry. Don't forget to, if you think you're going to get confused, to put the order where they go, which size you go from the bigger to the second to the third to the fourth and the fifth. Because if you go wrong, there is where you're going to have the mistake. And like I say, this is a very easy technique. And you can get just with your dies, you can make your templates, any nesting dies, and some inks, some tape, everything you have at home. Some of the masking tape, like I say, and you can make a beautiful circle like this. Like I say, mine is not perfect, but once you cut it and you flip it, or if you want to leave it like that, it's perfectly fine. It gives you an optical illusion and like an ombre effect. And like I say, if you don't have only 3 colors, all you're going to do is your first color, you're going to do it once. Then you're going to move and do it twice, but let it dry between each application. So you're putting another layer on top of it. So you don't need 5 colors. You can intensify if you have 3 colors with the same color. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I was a little all over the place, but it's like I say, I'm going to put her video. She inspired me a lot. I hope I inspire you. I hope if you have any questions, feel free to leave the comment below. Like I say, one of my goals is to use what I have without spending money. And this is a wonderful way that I think using things that I have at home to make beautiful things. And I'm having a lot of fun. I still practicing. And if you see in the video where she combined circles with triangles, and it's amazing. But I feel like I still need a little bit of practice with that. So I am not going to get there. But this was what I achieved doing this technique. And I think it's very fun. It's something different that you can play with. It's something that you can do at home with things that you have home. If you don't have Nina cardstock, use 100% 110-pound smooth paper. You can do this in Bristol smooth also. And you can use any kind of blender you have. I use my Tim Holtz blender because I wanted to use something I haven't used in a long time, and they work perfect. I am very satisfied with the project and what I made. Like I say, you have to be careful when you work that you don't do this boo-boos like I do. Because if you want to do just a simple card, like I say, I am going to cut that circle, so I don't mind. Because I prefer to use it for these kind of skies. And I appreciate if you still with me. I am very appreciative. I hope you get inspired. I hope you practice this fun technique, like I say, that I learned from a very talented person, Laura Bassan. And again, the video will be linked below so you can watch her. She probably explained it for you in a different way. This is the way I got it for you guys. Thank you very much for visiting and playing with me one more day, another Thursday here in my studio, and I hope I inspire you. Crafting make me happy. I hope it make you happy. I feel I am in my happy place. And no further ado, I thank you enough. Be healthy, be safe, be creative. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you on my next video. Bye.